Alright, this is Moritz from Wolkify.com, coming at you from Stockholm once again. And today I want to share with you a couple of thoughts on really strengthening your willpower and going beyond of what you thought was possible. The reason why I talk about this is actually that right before I started shooting this video, I did not feel like shooting this video whatsoever. Reason is I had a pretty long day already. It's almost midnight here and I've been up for the last 18 hours almost. I've been working until 5 p.m. and then I went straight to my language school where I studied Swedish until 8:30 p.m. Then I went home, was home at around 9:30. Then I started cooking a meal. I ate that. Then I had to text my family back home. I had to text a couple of friends that I promised to, write them a message. And now it's past 11:30 and I was lying on my bed just 2 minutes ago thinking, I wanted to shoot a video today, but I'm just so tired and I feel like I deserve to rest now. I've worked a lot today. I've done a lot today. I've accomplished a lot of what I wanted to accomplish today. There has to be a point where it's just enough, There has to be a point where I deserve to rest and just chill, maybe watch my TV shows or whatever and go to sleep, because tomorrow there's another very long day waiting for me. But then I realized this is exactly the point where you cannot surrender to the feeling of, I've done already enough and I can chill on this one last task that I set for myself at the beginning of the day. This is exactly the task that you also have to do, because this is exactly the task that builds your willpower. All the rest before actually was pretty easy for me to do. It's not tough for me anymore to get up in the morning and go to work. This is what I do every day, or at least 5 days a week, and this is what I'm supposed to do. It doesn't take a lot of willpower. Going to language classes after work, you're a little tired after 9 hours of work, 9 hours of grinding in the office, but I'm used to it by now. I'm used to going to the language classes, so that doesn't take a lot of willpower either. Then I went home, I cooked a healthy meal. I noticed that I actually feel better if I live healthy, if I eat healthy, if I cook healthy. So again, it doesn't take a lot of willpower for me. Then I texted my friends and family, which I actually like doing. Sometimes I have to force myself a little to do it after a long day of work. I might just want to lie on the bed and chill. But again, it's something that I find pleasure in doing, so not that difficult either. So where did I build my willpower today? Well, I built it with the very last task. The task where you feel like you already deserve to not do that one last thing. You already did so much today that you deserve to chill and you deserve the rest. This is exactly where you're not supposed to give in, because this is the one thing that makes you grow. It's always the last rep in the gym that makes you grow. It's always that one last hour more that you study or work at your job that makes you grow. It's not the hours and hours before. It's not the tasks that you do before. It's not the reps that you do before, because you're already used to that. You're already used to doing that because you do it on a daily basis. You've already gotten to that point where this does not take a lot of strength, not a lot of willpower, not a lot of growth anymore. In fact, there's no growth going on whatsoever for the first 95% of your training in whatever field that may be. So what you have to focus on is that one last rep in the gym, the one last hour at work, the one last task of the day where you really don't feel like doing it anymore and you feel like you cannot do it anymore because you're just so depleted, and where you also feel like you've given so much already and you deserve to chill, and where you quite frankly don't know if you still have it in you because you've never done that much before. Well, this is exactly the point. You've never gotten to that point and you've never gone past that point. That's why you have to do it now in order to grow. If you want to grow, you have to go past that point of what you have accomplished in the past. You have to leave that point behind and make this new point where you go to your reference point for the next time. And then you move on, and then you move on. But if you never push yourself, if you never push yourself past of what you did in the past, then you will never move forward. That's why I decided to do that one last task of the day, record that video. I admit it's rather short, but I've done it, and I will remember in the future when I again feel tired that I've already done that in the past. I already got to the point where I was tired at the end of the day and I had to shoot a video, or I had to do that one last thing before I go to bed, and I will remember that I actually did it, and I did it quite well too. So keep that in mind. If you want to grow, you have to push yourself past your boundaries. You don't have to just go towards your boundaries. You don't just have to do what you always do, but you have to go past that. Try to remember that. Keep growing, and talk to you next time.